This speech dives into the power of rejection, how the moments that bruise your ego are often the ones that build your destiny. It's an emotional, educational, and soul-stirring reminder that rejection is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. If you learn to handle no with grace, resilience, and determination, you'll transform pain into progress and setbacks into success. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to remember something powerful today. Rejection is not personal, it's purposeful. Every time life shuts a door, it's not to keep you out, it's to push you towards something greater. When they reject you, don't fall apart. Don't question your worth. Don't let their no echo louder than your belief in yourself. There will be times when you'll give your best, your heart, your effort, your dreams, and still, you'll be told you're not good enough. You'll be ignored, overlooked, or underestimated. But hear me well, rejection is just redirection wearing a disguise. See, most people let rejection stop them. They let one failure define their future, but successful people, the dream chasers, the warriors, the believers, they see rejection as fuel. They understand that behind every no lies a next. When you get rejected, don't retreat, recalibrate. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? What is this moment trying to teach me? Because every rejection carries a hidden lesson. Maybe you weren't ready yet. Maybe your timing was off. Or maybe, just maybe, that door had to close because your destiny needed a better one to open. Let me tell you, the world's most successful people faced rejection countless times. They were told no by the very people who couldn't see their potential. But what separates them from the rest is that they kept showing up. They didn't let rejection rewrite their story. They used it to sharpen their purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, rejection doesn't mean you're not enough. It means you're being prepared for more. Every time someone underestimates you, every time a door slams in your face, it's an invitation to rise higher. Because one day, those same people who rejected you will look at your success and whisper, "We should have believed in them." So the next time they reject you, smile. Because rejection isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of your transformation. They may reject your ideas, your dreams, or your presence, but they can't reject your destiny. Keep walking, keep believing, keep growing, and watch what happens next. Because when the world says no, that's when you show them why you were born to win. Rejection is one of the most misunderstood experiences in life. Most people see it as an ending, a door slamming shut, an opportunity lost, a sign that they weren't good enough. But in truth, rejection is often redirection in disguise. It's life's way of guiding you away from what is not meant for you and steering you towards something better, something that aligns more closely with your purpose, your growth, and your destiny. The pain of rejection may sting, but beneath that sting lies wisdom, clarity, and direction. Think back on the times you were rejected. Maybe it was a job you didn't get, a relationship that didn't work out, or a dream that seemed to collapse before your eyes. In that moment, you probably felt lost, disappointed, or even angry. But with time, you begin to realize that the path you thought you wanted wasn't the one you needed. Sometimes rejection closes the wrong doors so that the right ones can finally open. It's not punishment, it's protection. Rejection redirects your energy, your focus, and your perspective. When you're rejected, it forces you to evaluate where you are, what you truly want, and how much you're willing to grow to get there. It challenges your comfort zone and compels you to evolve. Without rejection, many people would settle for less than they're capable of achieving. It's through the no that we often discover what we truly value and what we're willing to fight for. The truth is, if every door opened easily, we would never develop resilience. If every person accepted us, we would never learn self-worth. Rejection teaches you to stand tall even when the world says you don't belong. It shows you that your path doesn't depend on someone else's approval. You start to realize that not being chosen doesn't mean you're not worthy. It just means you're being positioned for something greater. In many cases, the redirection that comes from rejection becomes the turning point of your life. The job that said no may have freed you to start your own business. The person who walked away may have made room for someone who truly values you. The opportunity that slipped through your fingers may have been too small for the vision within you. What feels like loss is often divine alignment. So the next time you face rejection, don't curse it, study it. Don't take it personally, learn from it. Ask yourself, what is this trying to show me? Maybe you need more preparation. Maybe your timing isn't right. Or maybe the universe has something better in store. When you embrace rejection as redirection, you no longer see it as an obstacle, but as a bridge. A bridge that leads you from where you are to where you're meant to be. Because the truth is simple: rejection doesn't block your destiny, it builds it. It's not the end of your story, it's the plot twist that leads you to your breakthrough. Your worth is not determined by how others see you, treat you, or accept you. It is something deeply rooted within you, something that cannot be given or taken away by anyone else. Too often, people tie their sense of value to external validation, the opinions of others, the number of opportunities they receive, or the amount of recognition they get. But the truth is, your worth was established long before anyone's opinion entered the picture. Rejection, criticism, or neglect cannot define who you are unless you allow it to. When people reject you, they are not rejecting your value. They are simply expressing their perception, and perception is limited. No one else can fully see your vision, your potential, or your heart. People often judge based on what they understand, and many will never understand the magnitude of your purpose. Their inability to see your greatness does not mean it isn't there. It simply means they are not the right audience for your light. You must never hand over the power to define you to those who do not even understand your journey. Many dreams die early because people let rejection convince them they are not enough. They internalize every no and carry it like a label, forgetting that rejection is just an opinion, not a final verdict. When you depend on the approval of others to feel valuable, you give them the power to control your emotions, your confidence, and your destiny. But when you know your worth, rejection no longer weakens you. It strengthens your resolve. You start realizing that someone's no doesn't reduce your value. It simply reveals their inability to recognize it. Think about it. A diamond doesn't lose its value just because someone doesn't like how it shines. It remains precious, rare, and full of worth regardless of who fails to appreciate it. The same principle applies to you. Your value is constant, even when others can't see it. You were created with gifts, ideas, and potential that no one else possesses. That alone makes you valuable beyond measure. When you truly know your worth, rejection becomes less personal and more directional. You stop begging to be accepted, and you start attracting people and opportunities that align with your value. You no longer chase validation because you understand that your worth was never meant to be proven. It was meant to be lived. This inner confidence becomes your armor against life's disappointments. It allows you to walk away from situations that don't honor your value without bitterness, without anger, and without doubt. So never let rejection make you question your identity. Let it remind you that not everyone deserves access to your energy or your vision. Your worth is not up for negotiation, it's permanent. The moment you stop needing others to see your value is the moment you become unstoppable. Because when you know who you are, rejection loses its power and confidence becomes your greatest strength. Pain is one of life's greatest teachers. It doesn't just wound, it awakens. When you go through pain, you are being shaped, molded, and strengthened in ways that comfort could never achieve. Pain is not meant to break you, it's meant to build you. Every difficult experience, every disappointment, and every heartbreak carries within it a lesson that contributes to your growth and your power. You cannot develop strength in the absence of struggle, and you cannot build character without challenge. The moments that hurt the most often become the foundation of your greatest transformation. When you experience pain, it exposes parts of you that you never knew existed. It tests your patience, your endurance, and your faith. It forces you to look deeper within yourself and find resources you didn't know you had. Pain has a way of stripping away the unnecessary, removing illusions, and revealing your true resilience. What feels like destruction is often reconstruction, life taking apart the old version of you so that a stronger. Think about a muscle in the gym. Every time it is worked, it experiences tiny tears. That tearing process is painful, but it's necessary because it allows the muscle to rebuild itself stronger than before. Life works the same way. Every rejection, every failure, every loss tears at your comfort, but each one also makes you more powerful if you choose to grow from it. Pain can either paralyze you or prepare you. The choice is always yours. Most people try to run away from pain. They avoid it, numb it, or deny it. But pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. When you face pain with the right mindset, it becomes a tool rather than a trap. It sharpens your vision, deepens your empathy, and strengthens your spirit. Some of the most compassionate and successful people in the world are those who have endured the most pain. because they learn to turn that pain into purpose. They refuse to let their wounds define them. Instead, they use them as fuel to help others heal, to rise above, and to live with greater passion. Pain also teaches appreciation. You value joy more deeply when you've tasted sorrow. You recognize peace more profoundly after you've lived through chaos. The contrast pain creates in your life makes your victories meaningful. It gives your success depth and your happiness gratitude. Without pain, growth would be shallow and wisdom would be scarce. So when pain visits you, don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, what is this trying to teach me? Because the truth is, pain builds power. It refines your character and strengthens your resolve. It reminds you that you're still alive, still capable, and still becoming. You may not understand it while you're in it, but one day, you'll look back and realize that every painful chapter was preparing you for your greatest victory. Pain isn't the enemy. It's the architect of your strength. When rejection strikes or failure knocks you down, it's easy to lose motivation. Many people stop trying the moment things get hard, believing that struggle is a sign to quit. But those who rise above understand something deeper. You must stay hungry after every setback. Hunger is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. It's that inner fire that keeps burning even when everything around you feels cold and uncertain. When life says no, your hunger must say, try again. The hunger is the drive to keep moving when comfort calls you to stop. It's the voice inside that whispers, I can still make it, even when the evidence says otherwise. Every great success story has one common thread: hunger. Not talent, not luck, not perfect timing, hunger. Because hunger pushes you to keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing. It turns rejection into motivation and obstacles into stepping stones. After every failure, you have two choices. You can feed your fear or feed your hunger. Fear says, you've already tried, don't embarrass yourself again. Hunger says, this is not the end. There's still more in me. The difference between giving up and going all in lies in which voice you listen to. The moment you stop being hungry for success, you start settling for less. Hunger is what keeps your vision alive, even when your situation looks hopeless. Staying hungry means refusing to become comfortable with mediocrity. It means not allowing one closed door to convince you that the entire world is locked. When you're hungry, you don't wait for opportunities. You create them. You don't complain about obstacles. You climb over them. You don't rely on motivation. You rely on discipline. Because hunger doesn't fade when inspiration does. It grows stronger through struggle. Every time you get rejected, remember that the fire within you must burn brighter than the doubt around you. Life will test your determination. People will overlook you, misunderstand you, and even laugh at your ambition. But your hunger will be your greatest weapon. It will make you study harder, train longer, and fight smarter. It will make you wake up early and stay up late, knowing that every hour you invest brings you closer to your dream. When you're truly hungry, you stop waiting for permission. You stop blaming circumstances. You start realizing that no one is coming to save you. It's you versus your excuses. And when you stay hungry, rejection doesn't hurt as much because your focus isn't on approval, it's on progress. The truth is, hunger turns pain into power. It transforms failure into fuel. It keeps you moving forward when others give up. You can lose money, opportunities, and even support, but if you keep your hunger alive, you'll always find a way back. Because hunger is not just a feeling, it's a decision. A decision to rise again, to push harder, and to never stop until you reach the life you were meant to live. When you refuse to quit, something powerful begins to happen. Life starts to shift in your favor, slowly but surely. Every no you've ever heard, every door that closed, every person who doubted you, they all become part of your story, not the end of it. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fade into regret is not luck or talent, it's persistence. When you keep going despite rejection, you set forces in motion that eventually work for you. The same people who rejected you today will one day have to witness the power of your persistence. There's something magnetic about perseverance. It draws opportunities toward you because the world respects consistency. When others see that you're not easily discouraged, that you keep showing up no matter how many times you've been knocked down, they begin to take notice. Success doesn't come to those who are the most gifted. It comes to those who simply refuse to give up. Every time you push through pain, doubt, or criticism, you're proving that you are stronger than your circumstances. At first, rejection feels like a wall, solid, cold, unmovable. But when you refuse to quit, You realize that wall was only a test of endurance. Most people stop when they hit it. Only a few keep pushing. And those few discover that the wall eventually cracks. When you remain consistent in your effort and faithful in your belief, those cracks widen until the wall finally falls. That's when others start to say, how did they do it? Not realizing you simply never stop trying. The truth is, every rejection carries within it the seed of eventual recognition. The world has a way of circling back to those who stayed the course. The ones who kept improving quietly, who kept believing when no one else did. Those are the ones who rise from obscurity to excellence. And when that moment comes, when your work finally pays off, when your name starts to carry weight, the same voices that once dismissed you will echo your praise. But that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's built on the unseen days, the lonely nights, the silent tears, the endless hours of work that no one applauds. It's built on the moments you wanted to quit but didn't. That's where real strength is forged. Every time you refuse to surrender, you build momentum. Every small step you take in the face of rejection becomes part of the foundation of your success. One day, those who once overlooked you will have to watch what happens when persistence meets purpose. They will see that rejection didn't break you. It built you. They will see that your determination was stronger than their doubt. And when that day comes, you won't need to prove them wrong, because your success will do it for you. Refuse to quit, keep believing, and keep moving forward, because your persistence will turn rejection into revelation and dreams into destiny. In the end, rejection is not the enemy. It's the hidden architect of your greatness. No, you faced every door that slammed shut, and every person who turned you away was part of your preparation, not your punishment. Rejection teaches you resilience, it strengthens your vision, and it refines your character. It reminds you that your worth is not determined by who accepts you, but by how much you believe in yourself. The pain you've endured, the setbacks you've survived, and the hunger that's kept you going, all of it has been shaping you for this moment. So, let them reject you. Let them underestimate you. Let them doubt what you're capable of. Because one day, those same people will watch in awe as you rise from everything they thought would break you. Your persistence will silence their disbelief, and your success will speak louder than their rejection ever could. Every no is simply making room for a better yes. Keep showing up, keep believing, and keep moving forward, because what's ahead of you is far greater than what you've lost. Your rejection is not your ending. It's the beginning of your remarkable comeback.